On a stormy night, in an isolated town nestled in the heart of a dense forest, a group of friends decided to challenge the supernatural. Armed with a Ouija board, they sought an experience that would lead them to confront the unknown. What began as an innocent game soon transformed into a terrifying descent into the abysses of the paranormal world. Welcome to a horror story where dark secrets, demonic entities, and a desperate struggle for survival await. Prepare for the fear that resides in the shadows of the human mind. Long ago, in a small town surrounded by dense forests, a group of friends, in search of thrills, decided to explore the dark side of the supernatural. They had heard stories of ghosts and terrifying experiences involving the Ouija board, and their quiet nights soon turned into quests for something beyond their ordinary lives. Olivia, a fearless and thrill-seeking young woman, was determined to experience communication with the spirit world. She convinced her friends to hold Ouija board sessions, hoping to contact lost souls. On a rainy night, with candles lit and the board before them, the group initiated a session. They were hopeful that some friendly spirit might provide them with answers, perhaps a glimpse from beyond. However, what manifested was anything but friendly. A dark presence began responding to their questions, identifying itself as the Shadow, a demonic entity hungry for suffering. At first, the group didn't take it seriously, thinking it was just one of them playing a tasteless prank. But as the responses grew more terrifying and the candles began to flicker uncontrollably, they realized something was horribly wrong. When they asked the entity to show a sign of its presence, the doors and windows of the house started to bang violently. Panic ensued among the group and fear gripped them. Olivia tried to end the session, but the entity's responses became more threatening and personal, revealing secrets only Olivia could know. As they tried to protect themselves from the unfolding chaos, a dark force invaded Olivia, causing her to faint. Hours later, when she woke up, she looked around for her friends, and what she saw was terrifying. All of them stood behind her, motionless. Their eyes had lost any trace of life. They were completely empty. Her friends were possessed by a terrifying darkness. Desperate and terrified, Olivia ran through the house, trying to escape her friends, now possessed. She locked herself in a room, but demonic sounds outside tormented her. The entity's voice whispered in her mind, promising eternal suffering. Remembering something she had heard about banishing evil spirits, Olivia began reciting an ancient protection prayer. However, the entities were determined to stop her. Olivia continued to recite the ancient protection prayer, even when the entities tried to invade the room. She held a wooden cross tightly, which began to emit intense light. The demonic voices screamed in agony as they were repelled by the sacred light. But something sinister happened. Olivia was overcome by a supernatural force and began having visions of her friends' pasts. Each of them carried something terribly wrong from their past, and the entity had feasted on these weakened souls. Coming to her senses in a last desperate effort, Olivia recited the prayer with even more fervor and determination. The cross shone with dazzling light, forcing the entities to retreat. And darkness took over everything. Olivia found herself alone. Beside her, the cross lay on the ground. Everything seemed calm and silent. As she looked around, she realized the darkness that surrounded her seemed alive. Then sinister whispers started to echo through the trees outside the house. Her nightmare was far from over, and the true struggle for survival had only just begun.